Hey guys, welcome to Devlog 415. Previously I didn't get much time to make a devlog because I've been really busy with my dissertation and I haven't been spending much time in making this game. So yeah, I finally managed to make some things work. So yeah, here's a devlog. So since the past few weeks I've been managed to make a enemy chase the player kind of system. This is the security guard kind of chases the player. So it's a bit problematic now. But yeah, it kind of works. He chases you and you can run, and when it comes to a certain distance here, it changes itself to a ragdoll. So I can pick him up and do stuff like can throw him, but it really bugs the the guard AI. So I'll probably try to fix it next. So to do this, I have a dummy which is attached with configurable joints the same way as the player is attached, and we have an AI script which works on Unity's pathfinding system. So what I did is make a map for where the guard AI can go, and then attach the AI script to the player. So this AI has two colliders. One activates when the player goes in it, and when the player goes inside it, it activates and it starts chasing the player. So if you can see here, so it does nothing when I'm out. As soon as I go in, it starts chasing the player. And the other one is the activation. The white radius is the activation radius for the ragdoll. So it's not a ragdoll currently, and as soon as I go it changes into a ragdoll. So yeah, going into the script. So we have some variables for activation: radius, colliders, layer masks, so that it only follows things which are in the player layer, and nav mesh agent which is attached on the dummy, and rigid body to get all the body parts of the ragdoll of the guard AI, so that it can be converted into a ragdoll. So we use a coroutine for this, which kind of checks all the body part, which takes all the body parts, and toggles its kinematic on and off depending on this, depending on if the player enters this radius. So yeah, it toggles it on, toggles its kinematic off when it's in that radius, and it turns into a ragdoll. So yeah, so it happens on trigger enter, like I said. And when the player enters this collider, it sets the target to and if it's the player layer, it changes it takes the target to it assigns the target as the player, and then later we just reset the nav mesh and the collider, and this is for the gizmo which is from to visualize the activation radius. So yeah, that's how it's working for now, and there are bugs like I showed you, and it needs a lot of refining, but I'll slowly do that as well. And the next thing I was able to make is a health controller. So different objects in the game will have like different health, and I mean they'll have health, and the player can kind of damage it create chaos in the field. And so yeah, this is just a modular health controller in which you can just call the take damage whenever you want an object to take damage, and also assign the damage you want to give that object, damage you want that object to take. So yeah, these are some of the things I would have covered in the previous devlog, but I've covered it in this one. So something else I've managed to make which is suitable for this devlog is a punch functionality. Like you can see, like as you saw, you can punch things and it kind of adds a force to the object. And that's it for now. That's it for the punch functionality for now. But later we'll try to add. Later I'll also add damage when an object is punched, so that the object takes damage. And it's a really basic script for this. So I just these key bindings are just for test function. So when this key is pressed, the animation plays and we turn a bool, which is this punching, to true, and on trigger enter we add relative force to that object. So we add a relative force to the object, and yeah, so that's how the punch works. So I haven't been able to do much with this project in the past few weeks, as I've been having some personal emotional problems, and I also had the dissertation. I also still have the dissertation in the way, so I'm just trying to give my full focus on my dissertation so I can complete it as soon as possible and dedicate my time to this project. And also I've had problems with my team, in which one of my programmers, two of the programmers in the team had to leave because one of them is in Ukraine, and it's a pretty tough situation from them now. So obviously, and the other one just had to leave because he got a new job. So I kind of had to create a contingency plan and had to plan everything, like how I will do it by myself, how I'll code everything by myself. So I had to think about it and plan it. So this is kind of the plan I have now. So what I've planned is, like, I've divided the AI behaviors into basic and advanced stuff. So basic stuff is something I would like to focus on, but if I get some other developer to work in my group, I'll also try to create these advanced things in the game. So for the guard AI behavior, it's just the basic behavior, which I just plan on implementing the basic behavior, in which it will chase the player, and it will grab the player if it's too close, and this will be done by attaching a fixed joint on the player. And the fixed joint will also have a break force, so it will break if the player is jumping or punching or kicking the guard properly. So the player still has a chance to run off even after being caught, even after getting caught by the security. So yeah, so after grabbing, it will try to drag the player out of the field. So this is the point where you have a chance to still escape, like I said, by doing these things. So to achieve this, we'll have waypoints on the outside, on the borders of the pitch, so and the guard will choose one of the nearest waypoints and try to drag the player out of the field. And after grabbing the player, the guard would also look, like I said, the guard will look for the nearest waypoint. So if the guard succeeds to drag the player out of the field, the level kind of fails. But if the player escapes, it loops again and it starts chasing the player again. And this is what I plan on having. And the advanced stuff will include multiple guards chasing the player, and the guards will only chase the player if they see the player, so having some kind of vision. And if the player commits some mischief, and they'll automatically detect the player is on the field, and then they'll activate and start chasing it. So a bit slightly advanced behavior. And also having the probability of if the card is chasing the player, it will also have a probability of picking some intractables on its way and throwing it on the player to like reduce their health and knock them down or something. So that's for the advanced stuff. And similarly for the footballer AI behavior, the basic AI behavior I plan on implementing is the footballers running in random direction due to the chaos created by the pitch invading the pitch, and this will be done by having wave points spread across the field, and the footballer AI choosing one wave point out of them at random, and then once it's reached, it will again choose another wave point at random. And if they're running in random directions, and if the player is within a range to them, they'll start chasing the player, and if too close, it will punch or headbutt the player to damage him. And if outside the chase range, it will just loop back and start running in random direction again, and go to a wave point where they were supposed to be going. And for the advanced stuff, which I don't plan on implementing by myself unless I get someone to work with me, would be different AI footballer behaviors. So like different character classes, like a chaser will only chase the player, by the player I mean the pitch invader, when too close, will throw things on the player on his path, and will also try to grab the player and slow him down so the security guard can catch him. The second character trait is angry. Will punch or kick the other footballers or the pitch invader, whoever is in his path. Then there's annoyed, who will only punch or kick the player if the player is too close to him, and will also chase the player if player tries to commit mischief on that footballer. And then provoked, will only attack the player or chase the player if the player has committed mischief on it. So yeah, this is some of the advanced stuff. And yeah, I've also managed to I've also been testing some of the models provided by the 3D designers, just to check the scale of different things, and if it's fitting in the game world, and if it fits in the game world. So right now these are just placeholder assets again, just for testing purposes. So this is not a placeholder, this is a fully made one. So we have hot dogs, bottles, ketchup bottle, hot dog cart, and all of these will be intractable, so the player can actually drag this onto the pitch and damage, and as it's heavy, it would damage the pitch. So yeah, we have that, and we have goals, and we have the pitch. So just run through. So yeah, this is just the pitch for now, and I've been testing the scale and stuff to let the 3D designers know, show the 3D designer how it looks, and is that something I want in the game. I've also managed to get my 3D modeler in my team to make a rough player asset. So he's currently working on it, but this is what we have for now. And yeah, that's it. Well, that's all what I have for now. And next, for further, I would try to improve the guard AI and fix those bugs I showed you, and also implement the different behaviors which I showed you here, some of the different behaviors. So yeah, so thanks for joining my devlog, and see you again in the next devlog.